jury selection in the murder trial of Derek Chauvin, the former Minneapolis police officer charged with killing George Floyd, was slated to begin today, but has been delayed. This as protesters took to the streets of Minneapolis demanding justice for George Floyd ahead of the trial. Security is ramped up at the courthouse and police stations across the city. And our Alex Perez, he's been covering this story from the very beginning. He's with us now in Minneapolis with the latest. Alex, thanks for joining us. I know you've been on scene there for so long, and I just wanted to ask you, we mentioned the jury selection set to begin today. What happened today?
Well, Terry, we were expecting the trial, jury selection to begin today, but of course that was all delayed. The parties here are sparring over this Court of Appeals decision last week, ruling that the judge in this case has to reconsider reinstating a third-degree murder charge. Now, that charge was dropped previously by this judge, but the judge here in this case is saying today that he does not believe right now that he has jurisdiction over that charge. He wants to wait for the Minnesota Supreme Court to sort of address this issue. They're basing, the Court of Appeals based their decision on an ongoing case that's being appealed right now. So all of this sort of lost in this legal limbo. So that means jury selection, which everyone was anticipating here. You can see all of those fences here. They go all around the perimeter of this building. Security is very tight. They were anticipating the start of that, and that just is not happening right now. It's all in question. It's unclear when exactly it would start at this point. Terry?
And Alex, if I could follow up on that third-degree murder charge, all this debate about its reinstatement. Can you tell me what's at stake here? Who's on what side here?
Yeah, sure. You know, prosecutor wants to make sure they have every tool possible in their arsenal. And, you know, right now he's charged with second-degree murder and second-degree manslaughter, and they're seeking this third-degree murder charge. Now, if you talk to legal experts, they'll tell you the prosecutor wants to make sure he gives the jury options so that they have something to choose from when they're deliberating. Now, the bar for third-degree murder is, of course, lower than what you would find for second-degree murder. And as we know, in these big high-profile cases, any crime, the prosecutor gets usually just one shot to try the alleged criminal for the alleged crime. So they want to make sure that they have everything they can in hand before moving forward. But the judge says right now he just doesn't feel he can decide on that. And until we get a decision on that, it seems things are sort of in this holding pattern right now. Terry?
Got it. That was very helpful to me. Thank you. So let's go to the streets now. Last night and today, we've seen those protests ramping up around the courthouse and the city. What does it feel like on the ground there to you? You've been there so much. What are you hearing from locals you talk to?
Yeah, Terry, we were here, you know, last summer when the streets of Minneapolis were filled with protesters, and we got a sense of that again here very early this morning. There were demonstrators that started to come out. They were filling sort of the area around the perimeter of the courthouse here. But I can tell you, thus far, everything has remained extremely peaceful. People are marching. People are holding signs. There is music playing. But people in general here have been very, very peaceful. They say they're here because they want to show their support for the family of George Floyd. There was one George Floyd family member in the courtroom today. Because of COVID restrictions, they're only allowing one family member from each side to be in the courtroom. And they wanted to make sure that his sister, who was in there today, was aware that many people in the public support them and support what they're going through and are also, like the family, calling for justice. Terry?
Got it. An intense story. Alex Perez in Minneapolis. Thanks very much. I know you'll be reporting on it throughout. ABC News Live will have gavel-to-gavel coverage of the Chauvin trial once testimony begins. That's likely to be on Monday, March 29th, right here on ABC News Live.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.